Alright guys, I got a new video. We are replacing the deck spindles. I'm gonna take y'all with me on the Husqvarna YTH 18542. Deck spindles are these things right here. These aluminum spindles that hold on the bottom side the actual blade. Mine stripped out, so I have to replace them. Yours probably did too. I got the replacements on Amazon. I'll be able to put a link for you, and then also I got some new blades. If you're replacing these, go ahead and replace the blades too, all together. Not sure why this happened. I think I've been cutting my grass too low, or maybe running into, my blades have been hitting too many roots. I got a lot in my yard, but we're gonna go ahead and replace both of these. If they sell them in a pair, I recommend getting both. First, we're gonna start off with taking this deck, the whole deck off, to be able to take these off. All right, so I already took this off, but there's a pin and a washer that goes on here. You can see where the washer mark is. Take the pin off, take the washer off, and then there's one on the other side, and then there's one down here. All right, so here's the other one. So it looks like all you really gotta do is grab this, pull it down. See how that's already opening up? It comes off just like that. Take the washer off, keep these together. That's that side. Then we gotta get that arm right there. That one, get that off. It's just another pin. I'm gonna take that off camera. Same as that first pin. All right, so I took that pin off. You can see it there. Now it looks like the belt, it's gonna have to come off, but it looks like it's gonna be attached to this one. You know, good thing I got this camera. You gotta just take some pictures and see how that belt goes around. I'm not replacing the belt, probably should, but I'm not. I should be able to just remove the belt pretty easily. So let's go ahead and drop the front side first. Okay, so that come off. And then just removing this belt off these. And that one's ready to come off. You see that's ready to come off, but I'm gonna go take the belt off the other side. All right. Over here on the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get this camera focus. And this one looks like it's pretty hard to take off. So I think what I'm gonna do is drop it. Now that I got the other side loosened, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the deck, scoot it this way, and then probably take this, because you gotta take this spindle off. I think I'm gonna have to take this spindle off first, and then I should be able to take the belt off all the way. So first one, it's hard to do. I'm trying to do this with one hand, guys. Go ahead and just knock this one off. All right, so there you go. The deck is all the way down. As you can see, it's all the way down. I'm using, right now, I got the socket set, the wrench set. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna need, but I do have an impact as well. And I think I'm gonna be using the Milwaukee impact on this. If not, you're gonna need like a breaker bar. And so that other side's dropped. Which I think this is the side. Ooh, okay, so now those bolts right there are holding it on each side. So I'm gonna have to take those out. Take those right there. All right, so these are, that's a 14 socket 14 millimeter. Fits perfectly on there. So we're gonna go ahead and take those off. All right, so I took that one off. Now I'll do the other side. These guys right here. Not too hard, so those are pretty easy. All right, so the deck's all the way down now. So what I'm gonna have to do is remove this one first. That side over there is gonna be loose. This is the side with the chute on it. So I'm gonna pull this out this way a little bit. Boom. Even though the belt's attached up there, I should be fine because it's loose on that other side. That belt should be, I should be able to pull it out this way a little bit more. Ah, I'm tripping. Okay. All right, so we're learning as we go. All right, guys, so not quite done yet. There's some more right here. So this has another pin and on the other side. You can see it. Now, I'm gonna, well, actually, you don't have to take those off. Okay, I just need to lift them up. All right, so before you start trying to drag it out, make sure those two bars right there, that one and that one, are up out of the way. They got some pins you don't need to remove. You just need to pretty much just, to get it out, is just make sure these aren't stuck on anything. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna slide it out a little bit, just far enough where I can get my impact to, just far enough where I can get my impact to take that off right there. So let's see if I can get to it. All right, so I got the impact with the 22 socket. I should be able to just take it off without I should be able to just take it off without putting any pressure on that wheel, on this little wheel here. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put my foot on it just in case. If you're using a wrench or a breaker bar or something like that, you are gonna have to put your foot on here because this thing will spin. This is the best thing probably to use. Let's try it out. It works. Boom. Now I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this up. So after I loosen that up, I figured out I can move this. So I'm gonna take this off and try to see how that moves. Try to go ahead and pull that spindle up like that, or this little wheel up. Can't do it with two hands or one hand, so I'm gonna do it with two. So that's what you do. I'll show you right now. All right, so mine took just a little bit of tapping and it came off right there. So you just take that. Remember, you push this back. This will move back so you can be able to pop it up. Came up. Now the next thing we gotta do is remove these. There's 4 bolts right there. So we're gonna remove those and then we should be able to get that spindle out of there. So let's do that. All right, so for these 4, I'm gonna need a 13 millimeter. Fits right on it. And I'm using a Milwaukee. So, Milwaukee impact. I should be able to get those off, no problem. They come out, no problem. Remember, this goes here. Looks like that's about to come off, so pull that up. So hard to do this with one hand, dude. Trying to pull that up right there, because you're gonna move that. All right, so you can move that. See how that moves? I'm just putting that right there. All right, so I'm gonna try to do it with 2 hands. There it goes. Spindle fell right through. All 4 bolts came out good. And then you can just get that out from the bottom and replace it. Blades are already off of it, so. There's the old one. See how it's all mangled up right there, stripped out. That won't even hold my blades in there anymore. So both of them gotta go. So these are the new ones. Come already with the bolt for the blade. You can see in there. Perfect. Perfect. Comes with the bolts and everything. All right, so I took that screw off. I wanted to show y'all how nice that's supposed to look. Not stripped out. See that? That'll hold your blade in there perfectly on that little star. So the first one's off. I'm gonna go ahead and install the first one. So on these guys, this one comes with a washer right here. Leave that in there. See how that's raised up a little bit? This one's attached. The Husqvarna original comes already like attached on there. I don't know if that comes off, but it feels pretty tight. Right here. It's like a washer deal. This hand has a washer. Leave that on there. And you want to put that up under and bring it up. That's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna lift this up and then put the spindle up under it, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, and I'm just gonna use the same 4 bolts. They come with new ones, but I'm gonna use the same ones that come with the Husqvarna. So that's what I'm gonna do. If yours don't break, you can reuse them. These spindles come with some too, but I'm just gonna use these. These are the originals, and I just feel better using the originals. Plus, I got some washers. The head got like a washer already on it, so let's go ahead and reuse these. All right, guys, so I just put the original screws back in, still loose. Just hand tighten them, start them off. Put that little rod assembly back on, and as you can see, I started them off with the hand tighten. They're all on there pretty good. So we'll tighten those up, and then we'll start putting it back together on this side. There you go. Washers on there first. So I've seen another video guy, we'll put this on my lowest setting for my impact, just because you don't want to tighten these too tight and they break on you. So I'm going to start off slow with the impact. Just tighten them up one by one. Probably just going to do a cross pattern. These spindles are aluminum too, so you don't want to tighten it too tight with the impact or it'll strip them out, and then I'll get that one as well. But yeah, tighten them up like that, and be real careful that you don't strip out the spindle, because then the threads in the spindle, because then you'll need to get another spindle again. So let's do that, and then we'll hand tighten it the rest of the way. So what I mean, just by hand tightening, just get the same 13mm socket. Just tighten them with your hand. Do all 4 of them like that. So ain't gonna lie, guys, that one right there is a little hard to do with get a wrench in that tight space. So I did tighten it up with my fuel. I just put it on the lowest setting, that #1 setting, so it doesn't over torque it. You want to do that. Don't go in it with a heavy duty impact and strip it out. They work perfectly. Everything's in there tight. Then I went back with the socket wrench. Not moving. We're good to go. Let's put this back on. I gotta go on there like that. So let's go ahead and get that in there all the way. All right, guys, so if you forget how the hose, or the hose, if you forget how the belt goes, there's a little diagram sticker right there. That'll show you and remind you how to run this belt again when you're putting it back together. So refer to that little sticker up there in the front. If not, I'm pretty sure you can find that little diagram online. But it'll show you exactly how that belt weaves through these wheels here. So let's go. Just in case you guys don't have that sticker on there, that belt, it comes from up there, goes around here, and then wraps around here and then goes out. So again, you know, the replacement comes with came with its own little lock nut. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use it. This is the original. The original I'm gonna keep just in case. But this one, I like how it has a little lock. It's a lock nut. Actually, oh yeah, either one. So it looks like I had to be tripping out because it looks like this spindle, little stars design, little design thing here that goes in the middle. Looks like it was gonna, like your bolt won't go all the way down, but these have like a space right there before the thread starts. So it kind of houses that little star, I guess. So both of them have it. The older one has it, so you can see the thread doesn't start, and then the new one has it too. See, the thread don't start, so it kind of gives us space to go ahead and put this little lock nut on. So there you go. I'm just gonna tighten that up with my impact. All right, y'all. So the belt's like the way it's supposed to be. Spindle's on. Now, just a heads up, okay? When you put this on, after you set it in, put this on, you put your belt on, you go to tighten this. On mine, the whole thing would spin. So now what I did is I ordered blades too. So I got the blades and the spindles. I had to go ahead and put the blade on at the bottom so that I could have something to hold on to. So this would stop spinning and I could tighten it up with my impact, okay? So I had to install the blade first. That way I had something to hang on to down there, because it'll spin when you're trying to tighten that. Okay, so it might be the same for yours. If it spins while you're trying to tighten this and it doesn't tighten it just keeps spinning, then you'll need to install your blade so you can hold on, tighten it up in there, tighten it down in there, and then you'll be able to go ahead and tighten it down by holding that blade, and then that thing will stop, this spindle will stop spinning, and then that nut will go right on. Okay, so this one's completed. I'm gonna go ahead, and I wanted to let y'all know that you might run into that issue. Okay, I'm trying to be as detailed as I can here, but you see my blade is on, spindle's on, belt's in place, deck is still down, but now I'm gonna scoot it over on that side, that way, to go ahead and start replacing the other side. All right, guys, so yeah, that was really, I got everything back on. Just remember how you took this off. The pins are easy to put in. Remember your diagrams right here for the belt. If you don't have that, look online. You should be able to find it. Just search your model number. Looks like everything's back on good. Put everything on. Front one's on. Remember that one. Remember that one. Remember that. That rod also has a pin. I did have to take that pin off on this side, and so the whole thing came off, and then I had to move this. You'll have to maneuver this around to get it back up where you want. Oh, another thing, before you put that front one on, before you really start putting any of these pins back in, those hangers back up, drop this all the way down. Drop it all the way down so that everything's just down. That's another thing I'd recommend that I ran into. And again, put your blades on, You're gonna need to put your blades on so you have something to hold on to so that spindle doesn't spin. But everything goes back good. I use the original bolts that came with the lawnmower. They did send over bolts with this spindle. I did use the nut that came with the spindle right there. That big one, not the originals. I kept the OGs. They're in the garage just in case, or in the shed just in case. But yeah, that's how you do it, guys. I hope this video helped you. I hope I gave you some kind of direction on this. Easy, don't be afraid to do it. You need socket wrenches. You need, if you have a impact, small one and a big one, just the socket. Yeah, if you're gonna do this, remember, just get a new blade, get new spindles. I didn't get a new belt. I probably should have, but they sell these in kits. I just bought the double pair of spindles on Amazon. I'll share the link. And then you got the right tools, you know, all those pins you can take off with your hand. That's just about it. I didn't run into anything else hard. I hope you guys liked the video. Thanks.